Hello, dear audience, dear students, and anybody who happens to have tuned in. I want to talk for a moment today about a remarkable contemporary novel, and talk about one of its most singular effects, which might be understood to belong to the world of the postmodern, although in many ways I feel it belongs to all narratives from the earliest time that of recorded stories. So the book I'm talking about is Fargo Burns by Kos Kostmayer. And this is not about the city of Fargo, but about a man whose family name is Burns and whose Christian name is Fargo. And Fargo, with whom we fall in love immediately, involuntarily, because he's a man throwing all of his furniture out of a 12th story window into the street below, where a crowd has gathered, so it's not going to land on unsuspecting heads. A crowd has gathered enjoying this display of extravagant surrender to the emptiness and meaninglessness of a bourgeois life, with all its objects, devices, which really need to be thrown away. So this almost monastic urge on the part of Fargo Burns, who is fairly out of his mind when he does this, crazy on drugs, which is part of it, but crazy anyway, for the mysterious reasons that many people are mad. Some people inherit their madness. I was raised by a wonderful man, my stepfather, whose father, I think, was bipolar, and he too, my stepfather, was bipolar. He was also a paranoid schizophrenic, which he may have acquired, honestly, in the family, from the family, or maybe not. And it was a mighty struggle that he had, and that we had, the family of a person smitten by these awful afflictions has, all of us did. And I have, in the course of a long life, been acquainted with psychiatrists. My great aunt was actually a pupil of Freud's, and told me I should take her chair, be her successor, which a bullet I could see that maybe had my name on it, I managed to dodge. And many people, of course, I've known a lot of psychotherapists as well, and I've known them intimately. And many people, as you do, it's hard to avoid people who suffer from these various kinds of madness, people who you love, and who struggle. So the fact that this is a story about a man struggling with mental illness, it doesn't put me off. I think that some people would rather not read that story, but it's a story so full of wit and humor and sweet, delicious love and passion, that I find Fargo Burns, the man, very hard to resist, as does his psychotherapist, Lane. She can't help loving him, and I feel we can't help loving him, even though he has destroyed his marriage and terrified his children on that awful day when he thinks that he's a dog, which is part of the mania that possesses him when he throws all his furniture out of the apartment. If you're a dog, you don't need many of these items that he throws out the window. There are none of them that you really need. So he's, I think, a lovable person, but he is on what people in the book describe as a death trip. They say, you're crazy, not only because he is evidently mad and takes a lot of drugs and dances in the street, which we love him for, but also because he cannot resist a dangerous woman. Wonderful woman called Billy, who provides unique thrills because she's crazy. And anyone who has had the good fortune to live a life full of various partners in the course of it will know the appeal of the deranged. Much more sensible to stick to the sweetly sane. But Fargo can't do it, and to his misfortune, the lady that charms him so much is living with an assassin, a murderer, a killer, a professional killer. And so, although Fargo has options, as well as the psychotherapy, which he attends very faithfully every week, he has options, he has possibilities, he has a future. But it's not clear that he really knows how to escape the doom that he has courted for so long in his life. And then arises the fascinating question, where will this story go? What will it take to complete a story of this kind? A story about a madman seeking both salvation and damnation at the same time. What will he find? What will the author devise that at the end of this absorbing adventure allows us to become free, to separate our heart from the terrible story of Fargo Burns? Now, this is